Welcome back. My name's Jax, and I'm taking this Ford E350 cargo van and converting it into an RV.
Last week, I completed insulating and installing all the plywood on the walls. I cut out and prepped for the window installation, ran electrical for the ceiling lights, and started installing the ceiling's shiplap.
So I got I got the first three roof planks, the shiplap prepared. First one's kind of, well, it's up there. It's not, don't need to come down. But then the second one I got right here, and the other one's over there on that picnic table, catch-all, if you will. So I think right now what we'll do is we'll get the insulation started. I'm not going to insulate the whole entire ceiling because that would just make for a nightmare trying to accomplish anything. So we'll just do the center section, see how she goes, and figure out what the best method is, and then we'll go from there. I should point out that this is natural wool fiber, Havelock wool. That's what I've got. That's what I'm using for the interior.
These next two pieces will be prepped for the LED lighting that will be installed on the ceiling. After the initial cut to length, I'll lay out for the holes and drill them using the correct size hole saw. They were also a bit fiddly to install, as I had to work around the insulation and hanging wiring, as well as get the lighting pigtails fished through the holes. After installing the initial 5 pieces of shiplap on the ceiling, I decided to switch gears to prime the walls and prepare for the window installation the next day.
So as you can see in the time lapse, we've got the first half, the passenger side half of the ceiling complete. Now basically we just had to, everything was all pretty much the same length within a 1/16 of an inch, so that worked out pretty well. So it just basically cut everything to length and got them propped up there and jostled underneath. This side here goes underneath. Now the other side will go a lot easier because the shiplap will go over top of what's already there, so we won't have to fight as hard to get everything in there. But this side went in pretty well. I did run across one piece that was bad. I probably stepped on it and broke it, so went ahead and used that to, you know, cut the last piece of this side, which unfortunately I'm probably not going to be able to use that side, the other half of that piece, because it's broken. So we'll end up, I don't know, hopefully we'll have enough. Should have enough. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we've got enough. We've got enough shiplap here to make this work. And so then that went pretty well. Almost forgot about the one wiring for the shower light, but managed to get that drilled and fitted in there no problem. So that's the end of it. I think overall it looks pretty clean. Get the screw holes filled in and sanded down, and then that all repainted, and it'll look really nice, really slick. So very, very cool. Well, I did it. I gone and done it. After a month of solid working on this baby, I've got it all. I've got it all framed in. We got the ceiling all up today. Finished up the ceiling today. Yesterday we started. Today finished up each side. Yesterday we did the center section, got the lights installed, or the holes drilled and stuff. That's as far as we got yesterday. Then I primed the whole enchilada. Well, almost. Didn't have a brush handy, so I didn't do that, but I'll do that. And then this morning I did the first half of the ceiling, and then the afternoon here I did the second half, and then in between, a buddy of mine, Shadrick, came over and he assisted me with installing the 2 windows. They're in, they're installed, they're sealed. Look pretty good on the outside. Now we'll come back and we'll trim off that butyl tape, and we'll add a nice bead of sealant. I think before I call her a day, I got about 200 holes I'm gonna putty fill. Getting these holes filled and then sanded off smooth, that'll give us a good preparation. Oh, she's thundering. And I'm gonna get the rest of this wiring finished up into these little pigtails here, so that way those can get installed once I get everything, the ceiling painted. So things are looking good. Definitely looking good. Two inside windows. I mean, they're not huge. They're not overly huge, but they do offer a little bit of light. And, you know, like I said, with this back door, you know, you're going to be able to open up that garage door and have a heck of a view. So that's going to be pretty awesome, I have to say. But with that said, I'm going to leave you with a little bit of another time lapse of me filling these 200 holes. until at least until the battery dies on the GoPro, and then that'll be the end of my day today.
Well, it's kind of a gloomy day today. Oh, but kind of raining. Not really raining, but everything's wet. So, but I got a few things we can do. I'm gonna go ahead and sand all those screw holes that I plugged last night, and I think I'm gonna start laying out for the shower stall, and maybe get that main partition installed. Alright, so couple things. Got the shower pan installed. Looks like we've got a little bit of problem with it being the wall here is out of square with the floor. Not a serious issue, but you know, it's a truck. But that's going to make fitting this in here a little interesting. And to complicate the matter is that we've got a little bit of a variance with the height of the ceiling from side to side, which really, you know, 1/4 inch difference from one side to the other, 1/8 of an inch probably here in the center. So I mean, that's not too bad. And then I gotta bring out the wall to the end of the shower pan, and then we'll trim this end up here with a 1x4 or a 1x6 to finish that edge off. And we'll do the same thing over here. Not sure if I'll have a extended wall. I might. I mean, it might serve, and then just have a small doorway here, but we'll see. We'll get this one in first, and then we'll have a gander. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the plywood lengthwise, get the height first, and then we'll push it in here, and then we'll be able to scribe it at the angle that the wall is in to relationship to the floor, so that we can get that fit nice. So we want a nice fit on the ceiling, nice fit on the wall, so that when we screw this down to the floor, the wall, and the ceiling, it's going to be super strong. Okay. Definitely, that's a lot of crookedness. Nice tight fit across the ceiling, and then the wall. As we come down, you can see just how out of square it is. There's at least an inch. Yeah, there's an inch out of square this van body is. There isn't anything I can do about that because it is what it is. So what we'll have to do is we'll have to miter that edge. We'll cut an inch off the top, start with an inch here, and then work our way back down to nothing down that side, and that should straighten that up. And then all we got to do is get a square edge, a square line from the floor up, which we should be able to do fairly easily. The bottom is a factory edge, so we should be able to square off of that and get a pretty good line up on the ceiling. So at least it's square, and that'll be the shower. Perfect. Brilliant. That's nice. That's a nice fit. Very nice fit. Nice fit across the top. Took that inch miter. Got a nice fit along the edge there, and the bottom on the floor looks good too. So that'll essentially be our shower. Now we'll have to trim back this edge here, so that'll be the next cut.
All right, setting up some pocket holes.
Okay. I like it. I like it. Sorry about the light. But it's as good as we're gonna get. So we'll make sure that the shower stall is tight. I got a kicker over here, a board that I got screwed to the wall that I can push up tight against, so that way we make sure we follow our line good. And we'll just pocket hole these guys into the wall. Just like that. That takes care of the wall. Now we got to get the floor. So I think what I'm going to do is pull this out. Pull pull this base out. That'll keep it, maybe. I got this rain in there. That's right. Now, hopefully I don't break anything here. I'll be able to get a few of these in right here. No, don't fall down the hole. Okay. Take care of that. That was horrible. Well, looks like we got to take that. That's what I was going to do. Now it's tight. Now it's tight in there. Okay. Take that and like it. If you don't like it, take it anyways. Yep, seen that coming. See, I brought extra. That's going to be pretty solid. I'm going to get a 1x on there. Close that out. That'll be fine. That's the shower stall. I mean, far from finished. We got to fasten the tray down, and we've got to get a proper liner in here.
Thank you very much for tuning in. Be sure to check out next week's video. And if you like the content, be sure to like and subscribe.